the World 2020 final.
The winners, West Indies.
Sri Lanka, the new champions.
Carlos Brathwaite, remember the name.
Live the game, love the game. Live the game, love the game. Live the game, love the game.
Hi everybody, and a warm welcome to the Dubai International Stadium for a very big game in Group 1, the group that they're calling the Group of Death, of course, accepted as the toughest to emerge, but a victory for either Australia or Sri Lanka today, making it 2 from 2, would surely leave them strongly placed for a semi-final slot. A lot of talented cricketers on view, and of course there's a long history between these sides. Sri Lanka, one of the great, if you like, overachievers of ICC tournaments, and Australia always one of the favourites. Toss was won there by Aaron Finch. He's going to bowl first. Let's just remind ourselves of what we've got today. This Australian side who think they're good. I mean, they really believe in themselves. And Sri Lanka, who emerged from the preliminary stage of the tournament with a lot of confidence. So two teams who really think they have an opportunity here. England powering their way to the top of the group with 4 points from 2 games and 2 thorough victories. Their cricket looked very good. Then Sri Lanka, Australia and South Africa. The Sri Lankans just have the one change. Mahesh Theekshana is back into the side. Mystery spin, a bit of a sort of a Genta Mendes type. A lot of left and right-handed mix at the top there, which is good, particularly from the matchup point of view, and real pace. Don't forget that Kamara and Chimera can bowl very fast. The Australians have the pace as well. They have a nicely balanced side. Adam Zampa is their main spinner, but Glenn Maxwell did a good job with his off breaks in the power play the other day. Marcus Stein is an all-rounder and an option to bowl. Finch, Warner, faces at the top of the order we've seen for so long, and of course Steve Smith, one of the world's great players, to go with guys like Pat Cummins and Mitchell Starc. And here we go. It's nicely into line, tucks in, takes the single. Excellent start.
It's a lovely start from Miss Starc to be able to get it right on line, that ball swinging in. The thing for me with Mitch Starc, just seeing him in the last game as well against South Africa, and even this first ball, he's just not bounding in with like a lot of energy and a real intent when he is at his best. And I'm not sure whether it is just, he obviously got hit in the knee in the lead up to this game as well, so he's got that potentially as something that's holding him back a little bit, or if he's got a little bit of niggle. He's just finding his groove, getting that confidence to know that he can steam in, let the ball go to full intensity, and that is when he's at his best, and the ball does swing very, very late.
Well, as Tony Greig used to say, we'll keep an eye on him today. Absolutely right. And safe, just. Swing there for Starc. That's the great thing. A shut face means a flying ball almost 180 degrees from where it was aimed, but over gully, thankfully, for the left-handed Kusal Perera.
Very nice late swing. Perera just closing the face a little bit there, but that's Mitch Starc's skill, that late swing.
.16 to get to 56s and T20s for Kusal Perera. He's a good little player to watch, and Mitchell Starc, a couple of wickets to get top of the log. See, there's that swing. Oh, he'll really like that, and so will Aaron Finch. A slip in place, perfect for Kusal Perera.
Yes, you can see why Pereira's eyes lit up there. A little bit of width, but that's Mitch Starc. That's exactly what he's trying to entice Perera into, that little bit of late swing. Got Aaron Finch there, normally waiting at slip to be able to just get his big hands around it. But Perera, you can see his intent, and that's exactly what Sri Lanka need at the top of this order, is to be able to really take on the Aussies and put a bit of pressure on the bowlers to not just be able to roll in and hit a length.
It's the problem with looking for the magic ball. Starc thinking of starting at middle and leg and knocking off stump out the ground. You've got to resist that.
Yes, it always is. Aleem Dar, Sani's 57th T20 international. what a brilliant umpire he is. Very, very nice, kind man. And Richard Illingworth is getting more experience now, standing his 18th T20 international. We always love the English banter that the English umpires always have.
Really well run. Just, you know, the old don't run on a misfield is nonsense, really. You just got to judge where the ball goes when you make your decision, haven't you?
That's exactly right, yes. Those old wives' tales are not always true. But Pereira got in a really nice position there. It's a little bit fuller from Mitchell Starc. It just looks like Mitchell Starc just doesn't have that real confidence to run through the crease, pull down really hard. But the beauty of Mitch Starc, it doesn't normally take him too long to be able to really find his groove. His first over is always so important to really set the tone.
That's a good stop and needed to be. Quite like the way that Pathum Nissanka's going about this. He's waiting for the ball, letting it swing and then reacting to it rather than committing his front foot and having to play around his pad.
You can see Nissanka's really is watching the ball very closely. He's waiting for the ball to swing or for it not to swing. And the stars to watch. Look at these incredible players. With Glenn Maxwell, he's going to be a crucial player for the Australians in this middle order against the very skillful Sri Lankan spinners.
End of the first over, 6 for no wicket. Josh Hazlewood, who's in commanding form, hitting that very strong length, the back of a length. They've talked a lot now about bowling the ball into the pitch and getting to understand how you've got to do that when you come to play on these slower pitches. But you've got to get it into the pitch without losing any of your pace or your nip.
Yeah, Josh Hazlewood was the leader of the Australian attack in that first game for South Africa. In the lead up to him bowling his first overs, after Mitchell Starc's first over, you could see the Australians were just a little bit flat, but then Josh Hazlewood stepped up. He's in great form. He's really taken his T20 bowling to another level as well over the last year or so. And it all really just comes down to his stock ball. The energy behind the ball, the top of the stumps. He's got great control over his seam position as well to expose. It's beautifully filled by Mitch Marsh. That's really important to make sure that they're able to hold the pressure. The Australia are really able to contain the Sri Lankan batting so they can't get some freebies to get their innings away.
I chatted with Josh before play, and he said how well the ball was coming out of his hand, and we talked about that elusive thing called rhythm. And when you've got it and it comes out of your hand right, it feels so fabulous. It seems so easy, and when you haven't got it, it's so darn difficult.
It's such a great stadium to play here in Dubai International Stadium. The wicket's always a great wicket, very fair for batting and bowling.
Hello. I like a man who talks about himself on the screen. Good. Dale Steyn there with the rock and roll hair and the stylish Panama hat. Huge crowd in here for the India-Pakistan game the other night. It was a great atmosphere. That's very well run again. You know, actually, when you've taken pace off the ball, either intentionally or unintentionally, and as long as you just go, you'll always make it.
Yeah, especially when you've got great understanding with your partner. You could see Pereira take off straight away as well. Pat Cummins. It's great to see the Australian ring. They're really closing down. They know with Pereira they will sit back a little bit more, knowing that he's more of a boundary hitter, to try and cut down the angles a bit more with a bit of depth closer to the ring. But then when Nissanka's on strike, they're really closing down, trying to cut those ones off, because they know that that's his way to be able to get into his innings. It really is just such immaculate length from Josh Hazlewood. even seeing him bowl in the first couple of IPL games he played for CSK, his stock ball was a little bit off, a little bit full, a little bit short, and just getting into that elusive rhythm and flow that you're always trying to find as a bowler. And Josh Hazlewood, you can tell he's got that now. He's got so much control over his length. He's got energy behind the, effortless energy behind the ball as well, which, as a fast bowler, you're always chasing.
Shot. Without being perfectly timed, it'll be 4. Well, that's really good thinking from Pereira. Understanding the length Hazlewood's trying to bowl, getting into position to cash in on it. 11 for no.
Pereira, just use the length. That's his strength for Pereira. He's not the tallest man, so he's able to use that length that he's able to get from Josh Hazlewood.
Slipped in place for Cummins. Oh, that's brilliant. Really brilliant. Padun Nisanka is the name.
It's beautifully picked up. Just didn't try to overhit the ball there. Just allowed the angle and the length.
So there's a move in the field now. There's a square leg. Fine legs come up. And now he is out, surely. Yep. Pat Cummins wins that little battle then.
Pat Cummins just got a little bit straight the ball before, and that ball just coming into middle and off stump. Slightly hit the ball inside out. He just hit the ball a tiny bit too early, which when you hit the ball a bit early, you go a little bit inside out. Nisanka out for 7, Sri Lanka 15 for 1.
Charit Asalanka, who played so well against Bangladesh the other day, made 80 not out. Actually, that's the highest score in the tournament so far. Oh, and he is in form. That's some stuff, huh? Come on, Watto, that is some stuff.
Yeah, he got into position nicely. You could see he didn't pick it up super quick. His skill, and oh no.
And now Pat Cummins' head goes down at the end of his run because it's a free hit. Tries Yorker, but the free hit works the way of the batsman.
That is a beautiful shot, just to stand still, not knowing exactly what Pat Cummins is going to bowl there. But gosh, he got just his Yorker, not perfect.
Oh, so there he goes. Hello, Glenn. Goodbye, Glenn.
Asalanka, he is the man in form. Glenn Maxwell just got a bit too full. Even first up, he thought he might be able to roll one out and maybe get away with that first ball, but Asalanka was all over that fuller length.
Well played shot and runs very quickly to the boundary. This is a classy little performance. It's difficult to imagine he can sustain this, but don't go away from your screens now, folks. This is a real watch. Well, you make your own luck. And the shots he's played so far have certainly brought that wide. Forced Maxwell to try something different, not get it quite right. And it's safe, certainly not timed. And they'll pull it up, I think. Yeah, oh no, unlucky for Warner. He threw himself at that ball and in the end couldn't control the flick back. So the boundary goes Asalanka's way. Another brave response.
Around the wickets goes Pat Cummins, deep square leg and deep fine leg for him.
Oh, he's got a top edge here. He swiveled and he didn't know where it was, but he does now. It's 4. 50 up for Sri Lanka. Oh, this is close. Oh, Richard Illingworth, he was a spinner himself. He just shakes his head. Is it too much? Matthew Wade, I think, has said spinning too much. He's had a go at this. He really has flailed this, and it's good enough to beat Steve Smith for 4.
What a wonderful shot.
Oh, he's creamed this as well. Oh, that's good. It's even better. Consecutive boundaries. 3 back on the leg side boundary. That's heading to one of them. Straight into the basket, Steve Smith. 3 men back. It was a flat swat. And Steve Smith hangs on. That was a strike that Australia needed.
It was hard. It's hard to judge here in Dubai. Lanka, another wonderful innings of 35. Sri Lanka are 78 for 2.
How well, plenty of that. Goodness me, it just made the sound off the bat. Second tier.
I have haunting memories of Durban where he did that to us in a test match, and he's just continuing to do it here tonight.
Oh, beautifully. What a great response from Stark. That is superb, just what you want.
Amazing. Such drama in the first 3 balls. Yeah, great 6, and then Starkey coming back with a 90-mile-per-hour Yorker.
Oh, this is quality. It's how you bounce back, isn't it? That's the key. That is the key. How you bounce back from being pumped out of the ground for 6. 86 for 3 now. Big wicket. Straight up. Should have another. Again, it's Steve Smith with those very safe hands. Swing across the line. Lovely bowling this from Adam Zampa.
Clever bowling that by Zamson. He's earned the right to take that wicket. He's only gone for 2 this over so far, and that one just a slightly tossed up a little bit more, tempting the batter, saying to the batter, go for it. You try and hit a 6. If you get it wrong, you're out. And in this case, Avishka Fernando just going straight up, getting caught. He's gone for 7 and scores 90 for 4.
Oh, he's not fine enough. He's not fine enough, that man. Then erases away for 4.
Great captaincy to get that guy in there just in the wrong place. And Australia hunting for wickets right now. Stark on a bit of a roll, bowling a good length right there, finding the edge.
Pegging it back nicely. Oh, yeah. Gone finer. Is there an edge? There is. There is an edge. Straight upstairs, though. Not sure I heard anything in my ear. The batsman had no hesitation. Let's listen in. Yeah. Alindar thought he heard it. He was spot on. I'm not sure why. There was a review from Hasaranga. And backed up in the field. Oh, would have been gone. Would have been gone. Is that Mitch Marsh? It is. Brilliance from the big man.
Direct hit would have been out. It's a nickname I heard about Mitch Marsh.
Big, powerful unit.
Big man.
Well, good bowling. This is good from Stark in particular and from Australia in general.
And 6. Just for a minute, it looked as if that might drop into the hands of Steve Smith, but no, it cleared the ropes. So 3 remarkable pieces of timing already in this over. 1, 4, 4, 6.
Raja Paksa here. He's just lined that up, and Marcus Stoinis just hasn't been able to execute when he's been under pressure. He hasn't been able to zero in and commit to that ball. And Raja Paksa, he's just been capitalising on this over. Momentum's turning. Brilliant batting.
So quite dramatic changes to the field now. Only one person in front of squares saving a single. Lots of back. Wide ball. I says, oh, well, that's close to a wide ball anyway.
Yeah, Marcus Stoinis would have been hoping that Alindar gave him more of a favourable decision there, just to try and get out of this over. Such brilliant batting. Raja Paksa is just making the most. Sitting deep in the crease and just inside.
Good call, Alindar. Good umpire. Now a good ball, Marcus Stoinis. And that is called a wide. Okay, well. Ball remains here.
Marcus Stoinis got his ball option right there. He guessed right of what Raja Paksa was going to do. He's going to charge. There's a great ball option. Outfoxed him, but just dug it in a little bit too much.
Oh, yeah. It bounced like a tennis ball, didn't it? This might be a slow ball too. And a wide. He could have left that. And it had definitely been given a wide. Rajapaksa's got the strike. There's the upside. Good over for Sri Lanka. 1-2-8 for 5.
Yes, that's one thing that the Sri Lankan team is going to hope that there's no dew. If they're able to get up to around 150, just to give their spinners a really good chance, and their express quicks that they've got as well. Pat Cummins.
It's called wide down the leg side. It's difficult for the bowler when the batsman moves outside leg stump and he follows him. But I think that's the right decision by Richard Illingworth. We're talking about the spinners, by the way, because we saw how hard it was to hit Adam Zampa. Have a little look at that fantastic strike down the ground. And a lot of hang time. Lovely full follow through there. Yeah, Zampa 2 for 12 from his 4 overs.
Pat Cummins coming around the wicket just to be able to keep the ball nice and close to Rajapaksa, trying to jam him up, hit it to that larger side. He's bowling off-speed balls as well, so Rajapaksa is going to have to really get a good piece of it to be able to clear those men out in the deep.
To be as captain on strike, he's made sure that the sort of sting was taken out of the Australian momentum when the wickets were falling. 16 balls he's faced for 8, but in its way it's been quite an important 8 because it's held off the Australians and given Rajapaksa a license to play more freely.
Beautiful bowling from Pat Cummins. Because of where this pitch is on the block, there is one short side. And this is the skill of these bowlers, is to know how to be able to try and keep the batsman to hit it to one side. Pat Cummins just going to keep the ball away, whereas there's change of pace wide, but especially wide Yorkers, because it's harder for the batsman to get into the line and hit it to the leg side.
It's the only trouble with it if you get a half volley length. It's a brilliant free swing from Dasan Shanaka.
Shanaka just going a little bit, getting a little bit across bat there to just hit the ball late under his eyes. Just didn't get exactly right, Pat Cummins. Wasn't the Yorker length that he was trying to find. And Shanaka just nailed it through the covers.
He threw everything at that, didn't he? There was no sense of a check drive there. And will be taken by Matthew Wade with the gloves on, no problem. So another little win for Cummins after a boundary. That's the second time he's responded well to a thunderous strike. And Australia continue to chip away at this Sri Lankan batting effort. 12 for Shanaka from 19 balls.
Pat Cummins just coming back. Change of pace into the wicket, just held up enough. And Shanaka just wasn't able to adjust. That ball just held in the wicket a little bit more. Pat Cummins off speed, off cutter. Sri Lankan fans disappointed. Shanaka 12 off 19 balls. Sri Lanka now 134 for 6.
Big wide. Really big looping wide. That we saw the ball swing quite a long way after it pitched there.
Rajapaksa, he's just playing with Josh Hazlewood here. The way he's been moved to the leg side to free up the offside, the first ball, and now charging. He's just changing up his game plan just to be able to see what Josh Hazlewood's got to serve up to him.
Oh, he's missed one. He's missed one. Right in the arc.
That's Rajapaksa's go-to shot too. He loves that pick-up shot. And he'd be very disappointed to miss out on that. Josh Hazlewood just didn't get it full enough, and no, that's... the feeling when you know that that's your ball to be able to really take it over the boundary. And you just miss it. Shattering.
Chamika Karunaratne on strike now. Squeezes one out the cover. Only one in it, I think. Leave the last ball of the innings. So it'll be Barnaka Rajapaksa to face it. Look, I think we should make it clear that this is a defendable score. Anything on this stadium, obviously it'll depend on conditions later. If it does slide on a bit with some dew, and if it's hard to grip, that influences the game heavily. If not, you bowl. That's a confident performance from Josh Hazlewood today, and it finishes the innings. 20 overs completed with 154 for 6 on the board for Sri Lanka. Maybe not the total they hoped for after the first 5 or 6 overs, but certainly a competitive one. And you referred to this as a beautiful little innings, and it was, because it had to rebuild and then expand.
Yeah, and that's Rajapaksa's been in fine form in this tournament, and he's just a beautiful striker of the ball. Needed to rebuild for a little bit, but still take the game on to give Sri Lanka a chance to be able to get a total that they could defend. 154. It's going to be an interesting chase for the Aussies.
Mickey Arthur having a chat to his captain, Dustin Shanaka. They'll obviously want the best performance imaginable from their 2 spinners who have the game-changing ability. They've got pace, serious pace actually. And there's Adam Zampa, whose figures of 2 for 12 from 4 were quite outstanding. .155 to win it for the Australians. They might be marginal favourites, I'd say, at this stage. And a little look at what happened here with the early loss of Nisanka. Kusal Perera very good, as was Asalanka, and when the 2 of them went, it meant that Rajapaksa had to rebuild, which he did very well. Finishes unbeaten on 33, 154 for 6. And we can head downstairs. Mitch Starc is ready, and with him is Dale Steyn.
Mitchell Starc from Australia joining us tonight. Starky, I saw the knee was strapped up, but that didn't bother you tonight, and a couple beautiful deliveries with that Yorker to Kusal Perera. Talk us through it.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Just copped the knock at training, so no stress. But yeah, it's nice to have a couple come out nicely, I guess. Put a few overs together, but yeah, look, they had a couple of partnerships there, but I thought we dragged them back nicely after the power play. And yeah, look, I think it's a pretty average score for this wicket, so hopefully we can chase it down.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, 154, do you think this is a gettable total for you guys?
Yeah, obviously our first game here. A few guys have played in the IPL, so yeah, I think they think it's I guess a pretty stock standard score, if you like. We've definitely got the firepower in the sheds, a few partnerships, and hopefully we're on the better side of it by the end of the night.
All the best and well bowled.
Thanks, Dale.
Yeah, I think an understandably buoyant Mitchell Starc. He bowled better and better as the game went on, actually, finishing with 2 for 27. No wickets for Hazlewood today, but 12 dot balls, and he's in good form. 2 for 34 for Pat Cummins, but it's the 2 for 12 from Adam Zampa that I just highlighted. Remarkable in a 4-over spell, but it does show you that, you know, it's not easy to attack spin bowlers on this surface here in Dubai. There it is then, 155 to win it from 120 balls, a rate of 7.75. We'll be back here at the Dubai International Stadium in just a short while.
Live the game, love the game.
.155. As always, David Warner running out to the middle. Hasn't had the best time of it of late. Is tonight the night for him? A little bit of extra pace on the ball from Kumara and Chamira, perhaps. Well, they look to start with spin. Left-right combination of Warner and the skipper, Aaron Finch.
They'll have to field well, be aware where the big boundary is, the shorter side. Australia protected it well.
from the Australian bowlers. Will we see some now? The chase begins.
Single straight away now. It's a difficult line to bowl. You look at that field with the protection there. Warner strong when there's a bit of width on offer. Just got to make sure that it's not too leg side-ish and take away that wicket-taking option. The line, the wicket-taking line, which is probably around off stump.
Oh, nipping down, just nipping down.
You're probably right, Simon. But that did skid through. Wasn't very quick. Just held its line going down leg side.
Yeah, I don't think it was going over, but I think maybe just missing the top of leg stump. Richard Illingworth said not out. Width and punished. Finch gets a freebie and does not miss out.
Probably just what he needed to get his game, get his innings along. It's just one shot that generally lets batsmen breathe easier, find their range. Looking at the height that it bounced, that was very friendly. Third man comes into the circle and the sweeper stays out. Deep square leg also in place for Karunaratne.
That one's going down as well, I think. Nipping back in towards that leg stump. Rat Finch on the pads twice.
It looks like in a spot of bother. That looks like it's hurt him. For shout. Yep, easily missing the stumps.
Richard Illingworth. This is 18th T20 international. A couple of decisions to make early on tonight. Again, he gets width and punishes it in front of square and away to the boundary for 4 more.
Each time he's hit Finch on the pads, he's followed up with a short and wide one. There was a sweeper in place, but Finch placed it well. He has all the time in the world to pick his spot, and he does. Does really well, Aaron Finch.
You've got to say, that's poor from the bowling point of view. That is not. 3 beauties in the first over, 9 without loss.
Usually need only 1 beauty, Simon, but he's got 3 that's jagged back.
Reverse and gets enough of it as well. 1 bounce and into the boundary for 4.
Great option, nicely played. Knows it just needs decent bat.
Never rest. No run there. Good late call, loud enough. 15 without loss.
Dictionary did well initially, but didn't pick up the ball. That's what prompted David Warner, but he's quick.
Oh, driven powerfully and away to the boundary for 4. Finch on the front foot.
That's what usually happens. When you're quick, you come off the bat quick too. Don't mind him for bowling this length early because you're looking for swing and you have to be fuller. That's perfect. The base is the key. Front leg not in the way, so he can hit through.
Needs a new bat, Aaron Finch. He got it right at the toe end, right at the bottom end of the bat. He's waiting on a new one.
Here he is, being trusted.
And again, that is a wonderful drive from Aaron Finch.
Oh my God, he's charged someone bowling at 148. How good is that, Aaron Finch? This is not easy. But look at him, he comes down the wicket and he's in wonderful control, gets into a great position once again.
That is away over it. Third man into the boundary of 6, put down in the crowd.
He created that option. This is why Finch is so good. Those numbers are so good. He shimmied down the wicket. The previous delivery he holds back. Lairu Kumara with this field cannot give pace, cannot give width. He does.
They liked it up there. Not so much there.
You can't believe he's dropped it. Now Shanaka puts the third man down there. Square leg stays. Still 2 balls this over. 3 balls this over and 2 more overs to go with the field restrictions.
Not a long way, is it? 58 metres. It's with the slower ball. Quality batting from Finch. For those of you playing the Fantasy League, points in this match, Mitchell Starc with 64, Zampa with 60. It was brilliant. 2 for 12 from his 4. Pat Cummins, Kusal Pereira, Charith Lanka. Oh, inside edge, he'll get away with it, Warner. Streaky boundary.
They want to meet aggression with aggression. That's what the Aussies are doing. That didn't get up. He's lucky he got a bottom edge. And 4 to go with it. Already gone for 16, Kumara. Sri Lankan bowlers under pressure.
Hit hard. Warner's best of the innings so far, down the ground for 4, 20 off the over, 43 without loss. Australia off to a flying start here. Pursuit of 155. Both these teams coming off wins in their first games. Australia over South Africa relatively comfortably in the end. Sri Lanka with a cruisy win over Bangladesh in their first game. Slow, high and over, long on. First 6 of the innings. Second.
Just good batting. Superb. It's the first delivery. He picks up the slow ball as Chamira runs his fingers over. He hits it through the line. That length so crucial. Yep, they're going to feel the heat. Can they react, the Sri Lankans? Can they react? Wanindu Hasaranga. We still haven't seen him with the ball. 1,500 T20 international runs. Aaron Finch, he gets there with this quality blow over Chamira's head. He's the 5th batsman to get there.
You might add 4 more to it. Yes, you will now with a little misfield. 50 partnership, and it has come in quick time.
Aaron Finch striking at 220. Pitch it up, he hits you over your head, you bowl short. He's able to hit you anywhere, from extra cover to a wide-ish third man. Very, very good start.
Yep.
Excellent, excellent running.
He'll have to go to Hasaranga. One more over in the power play. Sri Lanka will have to believe that a couple of wickets can change the game, not just go through the motions. They haven't found themselves under pressure like this because they've had it kind of their own way with the ball. The extra pace has worked, the mystery spin. And gradually the opposition has been getting harder and harder from round 1 to now.
Oh, glove, oh my goodness. Wow. Floated through to the keeper, off the gloves of David Warner. That is a chance gone begging.
It was quite wide. Warner went and fetched it actually. Geez, that was an easy one. Even the umpire's finger almost went up. Oh dear. Illingworth gave it out. Chamira was celebrating. Far too easy. You got to swallow those. You can't afford that, especially when the opposition is running away with it. Having a look at that one. How did you miss that, Kusal Pereira?
Oh my goodness. That'll be a no ball and a free hit. It's completely slipped out the side, and I think that'll be a no ball and a free hit.
They've had enough problems. They didn't need this. They really didn't need this. And there's no sign of a lot of dew though. The towels are not out. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, just for those who don't understand or know the reason behind that, the ball must pitch on the cut strip. If it does not pitch on the cut strip, it becomes a no ball and a free hit, not a wide.
Oh no, not now.
Not now, says Aaron Finch. Can't get it away. 5 gone, 56 without loss.
Oh, he's chopped on. He is chopped onto his stumps, and the heavy punishment for a moment has lapsed. They are happy now, Sri Lankan fans. Aaron Finch, that was a sublime innings for 37 from 23.
And this is exactly what Sri Lanka need right now. Hasaranga coming in with a little bit of magic right there. Chop on, you'll take it any way you can. A run out, anything will do. And now you got to gather your boys together and you got to figure out a way on how to squeeze, how to stop the easy runs, and try and take a couple more wickets to put Australia under more pressure. Aaron Finch gone for 37 of 23. Australia 70 for 1.
Doesn't block too many. He'll be thinking of something. He'll be formulating some thoughts for the next delivery.
You know, very calculated in the way he goes about his business, knowing that if he hits a boundary in the first 1 or 2 balls, he does put a lot of pressure on the Sri Lankans.
Here he goes. He goes big, but not big enough. Holes out of deep mid-wicket. Avishka Fernando waiting for the ball, waiting for something magical to happen, and it falls into his hands. And Sri Lanka are glad to see the back of Maxwell. Short but sweet from Maxi. 5.
Yeah, Maxi just wanting to carry on applying pressure to Sri Lanka. Just a little bit of a mishit, I feel. Great catch on the boundary, very close to the ropes. Short side, Sri Lanka, they need this. Maxwell has gone for 5 of 6 and Australia are now 80 for 2.
Oh, that is timed. Is it timed well enough? No, it's not. Excellent catch in the end. Down on the long off boundary. Anuka Rajapaksa takes the catch. Warner goes perhaps looking to finish things off in quick fashion. He's done a great job, has David Warner, but he departs for 65.
Dave Warner just a little bit in 2 minds. No, he wasn't in 2 minds. He just tried to hit it over cover. Just got it a little bit too straight, and that's an excellent catch. Rajapaksa running around there, very nice. It's a big pocket, a bigger pocket there. Dave Warner, very nice innings. So great to see Dave Warner back in form. 65, Australia a 134-3.
Just a thump. You can't call that a cricket stroke, it's a cricket thump.
A lot of deliveries have just sat up around that waist height, and the power of the Australian batsman just coming to the fore. Geez, they're doing it easy. It'll help their net run rate as well.
Yeah, now let's just evolve that conversation about power, because it's been a powerful performance in a lot of different ways. The quicks operated well. Stark took a wicket with a searing Yorker. A couple of good catches. Hazelwood and Cummins were good. Zampa with his leg breaks picked up, well, amazing figures of, what did he pick up, 2 for 12 in 4 overs, and there were lots of things that were quite Australian, I think, about the performance in this run chase too. Just get on with the job, you know, short chase, quick chase, all that stuff.
We knew the Sri Lankan fast bowlers had that extra pace, but they attacked them. Went after them and just hit them out of the line.
But you know what, why open with, much as I rate Kuna Ratner as a cricketer, why give him the new ball when you got 2 serious quicks to bowl at Finch and Warner? Warner out of touch a bit. Why give a medium pace of the new ball? He bowled a couple of long hops and they were cracked for 4.
Yeah, that really got Australia on their way, but Karunaratne generally moves the ball around. With new ball, just get a bit of swing, maybe a wicket or so. He's done that. But today, it was freebies. Wonderful timing from Steve Smith. But it really was Zampa who did the job. Sri Lanka struggled with his spin not picking him at all. And that's where they were choked. Easily 20 runs short, Mark.
Yeah, that's spot on, I think, Russell. Steve Smith now on 23. Going to run a ball. Interesting. Oh, that's all right. Good fielding, but a comfortable single. 16 gone, 140 for 3.
Stoinis did well. Made it easy. He was running to the danger end in a tight one. They've been very professional, Australia. This is a very vital win.
Come back to what I was saying about David Warner a bit earlier, with getting away from practicing on the very dry and quite tired pitches that are around some of the grounds now, and found some really smooth concrete. Just hit a lot of balls with that bounce and pace off the concrete, just to feel the rhythm that he knew was there somewhere in his batting. But he's had such a difficult period that it wasn't easy to find. It's well placed by Steve Smith. In fact, to see Warner and Smith batting together, it was as if the clock had been wound back. And great running.
He started slowly, David Warner. Watching Aaron Finch do the damage, but he took the spin on early. What power. Good use of the feet. He read the length early and even was just short of a length. He was playing off the back foot. Wonderful knock. Well, don't forget to vote for your favorite play of the day. We saw quite a few from him. Just looking at Sri Lanka's bowling figures, Chamira 3 overs for 33, Kumara 36 off 2. So that's 5 overs for almost 70 runs.
Yeah, from the 2 quicks, it's a really good pitch, this. One of the hardest ones I've seen here. And the ball's come on nicely. Australia did quite well at the death, actually, to bang the ball into the pitch and cut their fingers across it, take all the pace off it. So a quick reminder that Marcus Stoinis is out there, leading a Big Bash scorer. That's interesting, since 2018. Strong on full balls. Yeah, I mean, he's a strong guy, a strong upper body, drives the ball well. Giving that a flick. It's got absolutely miles. That is a strong upper body doing that. I mean, obviously the timing, but my goodness.
Flat and hard. Just 1 hit away now, Australia. Jeez.
You know, told me about him, Russell, ages ago, Shane Warne. He said there's a guy coming out of Victoria, can really play, good all-round cricketer, and then he got about 140 in a run chase in New Zealand to help Australia over the line. I think they won the game, and kept an eye on him ever since. He hasn't always played as consistently as the selectors would like, and therefore hasn't cemented his place in the teams, but he really is a natural ball striker. He's handy bowler, more than handy bowler, good fielder. If you get a rating from Shane Warne, you're probably okay. It's got to help the journey, hasn't it?
Yeah, remember that knock. Australia were in trouble. The shot tracker.
So when it comes off, that launch speed of 141, that's right up there with anything in the tournament. In fact, I can think of a 142. I can't think of anything quicker. Maybe there has been, but and then it's just hit just flat. You know, the apex is next to nothing for a 6. Incredible. And then while we're talking about these 2 Australian batsmen, let's just reflect on Steve Smith, who's played very clinically here. Loves to play like this, to hustle. I'm always interested to see how he uses his body in his stroke play. He's not so much a handsy player. He can be, but he really uses his body in the striking of the ball. He gets his body weight moving through drives. He follows right through on cuts with his shoulders and his back. Everything about him is extreme in his batting, very full on, and in its way unusual. Stoinis again, in a way that's even better. cracking stroke. And it takes Australia to a very impressive victory. If we said they weren't convincing against South Africa, we're sure that they were convincing today against Sri Lanka.
Dominant in all fronts. First with the ball, and then even better with the bat. They've done it very quickly. It'll help their net run rate, and there'll be shivers down other teams watching closely. They're going to have to contend with this team. Australia win by 7 wickets. A wonderful game for Australia.